All right, tonight we're diving into a game that was supposed to be a massive showdown. You know, a potential preview of the NBA Finals. It had the whole league buzzing. But what we actually got was, well, something completely different, and honestly, maybe even more interesting. So let me ask you this. What happens when a huge title fight gets a crazy last-minute twist? When one of the league's titans steps into the ring, but they're not even close to full strength? Yeah, that's the real question at the heart of this whole wild story.
So let's set the stage, right? On paper, this was it. This was the game, a potential finals preview. You had two conference leaders, two absolute powerhouses, ready to go to war, and what should have been a legendary game.
And I mean, just look at the records. In one corner, you've got the East-leading Pistons, absolutely dominant, with a 43-14 record, and basically unbeatable at home. And in the other, just the defending champion Thunder, leading the West at 45-15. This wasn't just another game on the schedule, this was supposed to be a statement. But, and this is a huge but, the team that actually took the court for Oklahoma City, it wasn't that juggernaut everyone paid to see. Not even close. In fact, it was barely a shadow of the team that had conquered the entire Western Conference. Something was definitely seriously wrong here. And here's why. Just look at this injury report. Shai Alexander-Gilgeous, out. Isaiah Hartenstein, out. Chet Holmgren, out. Ajay Mitchell and Jaylin Williams, yeah, they were out too. We are talking about a who's who of their roster, all just sitting on the bench in street clothes. It's unreal. Let me just put that into perspective for you. Five of Oklahoma City's top 6 leading scorers were not available to play. 5. You just don't see that happen. It's almost unheard of for any team, let alone the defending champs, to be this wiped out for such a big game. You know, the source material just summed it up perfectly. The Pistons faced a shell of the defending champion Thunder. Not a slightly weaker team, not a team missing a guy or two, a shell. That's all that was left to go up against the best team in the East. So with that, the entire story of the game just flips on its head. This wasn't a battle of titans anymore, not at all. It turned into something else entirely. A really fascinating, unexpected duel between the full-strength Pistons and a Thunder team held together by, I don't know, duct tape and sheer willpower. Now, just like you'd expect, Detroit stars showed up to play. Jalen Duren was an absolute monster inside, putting up 29 points and grabbing 15 boards. And his all-star teammate, Cade Cunningham, he matched him with 29 points of his own while also dropping 13 assists. It was exactly the kind of powerful performance you'd expect from their 1-2 punch. But on the other side, man, an unlikely hero just emerged from the shadows. With all the stars sidelined, Jaylin Williams stepped up and had the absolute game of his life, pouring in a career-high 30 points. 30! He was basically single-handedly putting the wounded champions on his back and just refusing to let them die. And this is where the impossible started to feel, well, possible. Against every odd, against all logic, the Thunder fought their way back. With just over 5 minutes to go in the game, they cut the lead to 3 points. A single possession. The historic upset was suddenly, shockingly, right there for the taking. And that set the stage for the single most important sequence of the entire night. We're talking about one possession. It wasn't about beautiful plays or perfect execution, no. It was about pure, unfiltered grit, and it would decide this whole nail-biter. Okay, so here's how it all went down. Detroit's got the ball, they're clinging to that tiny 3-point lead. They take a shot, they miss. But they grab the offensive rebound. They shoot again, they miss again, and they get another offensive rebound. In total, the Pistons got 4 offensive rebounds on one single trip down the floor. Just pure will. After all that chaos, the ball finds its way to Javonte Green, who just calmly sinks the 3. And that was the dagger that finally broke the Thunder's incredible resistance. And after that sequence, yeah, that was pretty much the ball game. The final score ends up being Pistons 124, Thunder 116. And even though Detroit really used a huge second and third quarter to build up their lead, it was that one single hustle-filled possession that let them survive OKC's insane fourth quarter comeback. Which really just leaves us with one final big question. For the Pistons, was this a tough, gritty win that proves they've got that championship resolve? Or for the Thunder, was this just a huge missed opportunity? And maybe, more importantly, what does it say about the heart of a champion? when a team can come this close to a miracle with nothing but a shell of its roster?